real estate gets hit for sure. I mean, anybody that thinks that real estate will not get hit in a recession simply has lost their memory. I have all kinds of interesting predictions for what happens if it does happen, if a recession does happen.
Can we hear a couple?
So the chances that the next recession is as bad as 2008 are actually pretty low. Statistically, 2008 was a once in 100-year perfect storm. The chances that the next one's the perfect storm is actually low. The one after that could be, right? Because so at this point, I think the world just goes into a typical vanilla, recession. A vanilla world recession's a year long. Our recessions tend to be 9 months long, 3/4 of GDP. And we go into that recession. Real estate gets hit for sure. I mean, anybody that thinks that real estate will not get hit in a recession simply has lost their memory of 2008 or 2001. But typically, not as bad as 2008. 2008 was just crazy because there was no liquidity in the market. 2008 started as a real estate recession and then turned into a liquidity recession. Now we can't have that anymore. You notice that the Fed is very quick. Even if they sense something bad happening, they flood the market with several $100 billion of liquidity. So they move very quickly compared to where they did before. So liquidity is not an issue, and that's really what real estate people are really afraid of. But will prices go down? Yes. Will they go down across the board? Yes. Will they go down 30%? That's very unlikely. Might go down 10%. But some of these properties that are over leveraged will still start to go into default at negative 10%, negative 12%. So you're going to see a significant number of defaults, both in single family and multifamily. 2008, it was mostly single family. This time I expect it to be both, because multifamily now is leveraging everything up to the max, and prices are so incredibly high. Here's what I do expect though. A recession starts, 6 months later, the Fed's already cut interest rates. We're at 1.75% in the Fed funds rate. They cut it to 0, right? And so now that causes the recession to end. When we come back out of the recession, this time, because the Fed's playbook is known, the recovery will be much faster than it was last time. Last time we started recovering mid-2009, and we didn't really get into a hot real estate market until 2013. So it took about 3.5, 4 years before it was like, real estate is hot, everybody should buy, right? Well, I expect that to happen in 6 to 9 months, because everybody now understands that if you cut interest rates to 0, it's going to cut 10-year mortgages to 2.5% or somewhere in that range. And that's just insane, right? So they're going to start buying again very quickly. So I expect the pain for real estate in the next recession to be much shorter than the last recession.